When did you realize men would literally do anything to date their girl best friend? On my 21st birthday, all I wanted to do was go to a club for the first time with my supposedly gay best friend Ruben. But when we got there, something strange happened. Every time a guy talked to me, Ruben would shove them away and say, "Hands off my girlfriend, buddy." The first time it happened, I assumed he was trying to keep me safe, so I told him to stop cock-blocking me. But after the 10th time he did it, I dragged him to the smoking area. "Why the hell do you keep cock-blocking me?" He responded with a slight smile. "Because none of these guys are good enough for you." "That's so nice," I responded, drunkenly lunging at Ruben for a hug. "Thank you. I love having a gay best friend." "Anytime, Cass," he responded, resting his chin on my skull. It wasn't until the next morning that I thought about how weird he had acted. Almost like he was into me and he wasn't gay. No, that didn't make sense. Ruben was the fruitiest fruitcake I'd ever met. Plus, if he wasn't actually gay, that meant he was a freaking weirdo. Because I'd been completely vulnerable with him in ways I'd never be with a straight guy. I'd changed in front of him. I'd slept in his bed during bad nights. If Ruben had been lying about being gay this entire time, it meant I was best friends with a liar. So I decided to test whether or not he was lying about being gay. We were on the couch when I asked, "Hey, so are you still on Grindr?" He immediately started stammering like I'd caught him in some sort of lie. No, because my phone ran out of storage, so I had to delete it. You know how it is. Actually, I didn't know how it is, because he paid $4.99 a month for extra iCloud storage space, which meant he had more than enough storage for Grindr. Later that night, I was itching for answers, so I decided to settle for another test. This one was the mother of all tests. Me and Ruben were going to a Halloween party that week, so I texted another gay guy who was going to the same Halloween party and sent him a photo of Ruben. "Hey, so I think my friend Ruben is gay. I need you to flirt with him and watch his reaction to see if he's gay or not." The gay guy responded with, "Girl, I got you." I knew things were about to get juicy. Then came the night of the party. When we got there, I immediately dragged Ruben over to the gay guy and introduced them to each other. Then I walked over the couch to let them hit it off. Half an hour later, the gay guy found me by the punch bowl. "Your friend isn't gay." When I touched his leg, he left to go home. He didn't even flirt back with me. Zero attraction. And I know it's not because I'm ugly. Fear filled my system. I couldn't take not knowing whether he was gay or not anymore. That night, I went to Ruben's apartment and banged on the door. When he finally opened, I shoved past him and marched straight into his apartment. "Ruben, what the F is going on?" I screamed. "Are you even gay?" He tried to grab my hand to calm me down, but I shook him off of me. "Well, are you going to answer?" He buried his face in his hands and looked up at me with shame before responding with, It's complicated, Cass." "Oh my gosh, I knew you were straight." I got ready to leave. "And it's Cassandra, not Cass. Never speak to me again." But he blocked the doorway, not letting me leave. "Wait," he whispered, with tears running down his face. I scoffed. "You have 30 seconds to explain yourself." He took a deep breath and spoke. "Do you remember when we first met 3 years ago?" I nodded, recalling the memory. I'd immediately assumed he was gay from how he walked and dressed. Ruben continued, "Well, I had a huge crush on you. It took me 6 months to build up the courage to tell you I wasn't gay, and to ask you out, but I never did. I was just about to ask him why, but he continued, because on the day I was going to ask you out, you were SA'd. You told me you couldn't trust men anymore, and the only reason you trusted me was because I was gay." My stomach dropped. I remembered that day. He was the only person I'd told about my SA story, my only safe space. I knew that if I admitted to being straight, it would ruin our friendship. You would have no one. "So you lied to me for 3 years?" He stared down at the ground like he was ashamed. "Yes, but Cass." "What? What is it?" The suspense was killing me. "I'm in love with you. I was going to keep a secret that I'm straight until you were ready, even if you were never ready." I stood there processing. This man had given up 3 years of his life to protect me, and suddenly, I burst into laughter. The whole thing was so absurd that it felt like the only thing to do. "So Ruben, answer me this. What would you have done if I married someone else? Keep pretending to be gay and die alone?" My question made Ruben smile. "Well, I would have worn a rainbow suit to the wedding, obviously." I fell on the floor, clutching my stomach from how hard I was laughing. He stuck his hand out to help me up, and we kissed. We haven't gone to a pride parade since.